Who's the branch library manager here at Warren Point. It's a joy to be with you. How are you?
Thank you very much indeed, Ron.
We're very lucky to catch you because you'll shortly be going for a little holiday to the other end of the earth.
Yes, just a little one.
Yeah, that'll be good. So we wish you well in Australia.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for making us so welcome here today.
No problem at all.
And my immediate observation is that the library in Warren Point is bright, it's open, it's airy, it's pleasing, it's educative, and everything that one needs here to improve one's mind exists here.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah. What sort of people come here?
We have actually all age groups, Ronan. We provide a wide programme of activities, and we actually start, our youngest is 14 weeks.
14 weeks?
14 weeks.
How do you have someone in the library at 14 weeks?
We have a little rhythm and rhyme session, and we have mothers coming along with their young babies, and we do rhymes and stories, and we do that every Tuesday.
Yes.
And then we work up from that. We have the primary school children coming, and they, the P4s and P6s would come for a structured visit, where they come for 3 visits. So we take them through the different sections, the junior fiction, the non-fiction, the reference or computers, sort of things like that. And then we have book groups for them as well, even for the children. We have the book groups, and we have the primary school children. We've just started this year a teenage book group. And we
are finding that teenagers are reading.
Teenagers we were very surprised actually.
Outside school.
I think teenagers are starting.
Yeah.
To read again. Yeah. They're getting. I think they, with working with the primary schools and getting them used to coming to the library, sort of through that stage. Once they stop with the school visit, they're coming along with their parents then, and they get into the routine of coming along, and we get quite a lot of teenagers coming along.
And of course, you offer them the full panoply of computer technology.
We do,
as well.
yes. We have. They have access to the computers in the library. They also can have access from home onto. We have an online library where they have access to the Britannica, sort of things like that.
They can get in
you know, so when it'll help them sort of with their own hobbies, but it'll also help with their education.
I've seen, you know, in Newry Library, I've seen it here. Students in from schools in their school uniforms.
Certainly, yes.
And they would come in here to do their homework.
Yes, that's right. We have the study area down the back here, and we would get quite a lot of the students during the year, and then obviously at holiday time we have a lot of the university students.
Of course,
will be in as well.
My observation is that library and reading, yes, it changes, but the essence does not change, because I'm looking back 50 years. When I sat in Newry Library talking to another lady called Lavery, Suzanne Lavery, she was the librarian then, and for goodness sake, surrounded by books, books then, books now, books forever.
Yes, lovely job. It's a lovely job.
What possessed you to apply for a job here? How long have you been doing it?
I've actually been here, I'm coming up on 18 years
18
in Warren Point
years.
Library, yes.
Goodness gracious.
And before that I worked in with preschool children.
Wow.
You know, so at the time actually it was just a matter of I was looking for a part-time job. My children were doing their exams at school, and I felt just that they needed me to be there at home for them coming in from school. So I was looking for something part-time, and when I started here it was just 10 hours a week, which was quite nice, you know.
But suddenly you were picked up in the current of library.
I got a love for the job, and as each new position came up, I applied for it.
Yeah, well done.
And landed up as manager.
You have a love for the job. What is it that makes you love this job?
I think there's something different to do every day. You're meeting everyone from mothers and babies right up to our eldest member at the moment would be in his 90s.
Goodness gracious.
And he lives just down the road, and we have him coming in. We have people from the Rowans
Yes,
come
next
in
door.
to sit
That's
and
your
read. They come
sheltered
in
housing.
To, yeah,
Yeah.
they come in to sit and read the paper. So you're meeting all sorts of different characters every day.
There's a word, characters.
Yes.
You
Oh,
meet
we have a
characters in
lot
the
of
library.
characters. We do, and there's such a wide choice of books and activities and things for them to do that, you know, people now I find are getting to know the library a bit more and coming on a regular basis.
Yes,
We have a lot of people
yeah,
coming on a
indeed.
regular basis.
And also organisations. I remember, certainly must have been within the last 18 years, I was here giving a lecture to the Warren Point Historical Society about the sinking of the Connemara and the Retriever at the mouth
That's
of
right,
Carlingford
yes.
Lough. So historically, and for those with an interest in history, you're very much at the heart of their lives.
Oh, very much so, yes. We would do, now they don't meet here anymore, but they meet in one of the local halls, but we would advertise their talks for them and we would make them aware of anything that's happening. Recently we had the General Ross exhibition here for a week,
yes.
and we were able to contact the local historic groups, and they are now working together to produce something for the magazine. You know,
Which magazine?
The Warren Point Historic Group magazine they have, and we hold the copies here in the library for people.
Library is very much, I sense, at the centre of community, because
very much, yes.
But you take young people, we've talked about how they use it, but when people reach a certain stage in life, maybe on the doorstep of retirement or having retired, you can come here. You don't need internet at home. You come here and you can do your emails and do your Googling.
You can do your emails, and if you can't do your emails or you can't use the computer, we also offer classes. We call them Got It sessions.
Got it.
And,
that means, hey, got it.
Yeah, got it. And we offer them 3 different sessions, and completely free, where they can basically get started on the computer, do their emails, surf the internet. And what we have found is that a lot of them will then go off and buy a laptop. And
then they become very sophisticated
very sophisticated indeed. And they can always come back for help if they need any help. And a lot of things now, as you know yourself, Rowan, are online.
Of course they
and
are.
Applications have to be filled out online, so people can come in and they can get help.
But you guys are always here to help them.
Oh, very much, yeah.
If it's always been Warren Point Library for you.
It's always been Warren Point, yes.
Are you a Warren Point person?
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm a good Belfast person.
A Belfast person?
Yes, a Belfast person.
You broadened our minds when you came from the fancy place of Belfast down the road.
My husband worked in the bank and he was transferred to Newry and then to Warren Point, so that was how we landed here.
Put the roots down. That's great indeed. And your husband's retired now as well?
He's retired now too, yes.
Probably the bank has changed too. It's not the sort of place he would have known the way.
No, not at all. Not at all. He actually came out of the bank and went into the post office.
Oh, well,
you know, so.
Would we see him at the post office here in Warren Point?
No, not in Warren Point now.
No.
He was down in Dundalk.
Now the future of library here, it's more of the same, I suppose, but are there any projects in prospect for this year?
For this, you've got me there.
Probably not, but I mean,
probably,
it's all,
yes.
more of the same
I think what's happening now is, I mean, we're developing more of more technology. We're into the e-books now, which is a lot of
these things.
There's a lot of people.
It's very hard
love them.
to open the pages of them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Some people love them, some people don't. You know, some people prefer, like myself, I would prefer the feel of a book, the experience of a book. But my husband would use his a lot, and as you say, we're going on holiday, so
that'd be nice.
It's a lot of people would take the e-reader with them rather than carrying a lot of books.
Absolutely,
you know, so
you can have a library on the one thing.
Yeah, and they're developing the technology of computers. You know, they're looking at what we can provide for the public to help them.
What books are with the adult fiction and whatever? What books are popular? What authors are popular?
What authors are popular?
What sort of
Well,
things do they go
we would
after?
have a lot of crime readers in Warrenpoint.
Yeah.
So James Patterson,
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Frustrated
Deaver,
criminals.
Mary Higgins Clark. Yes, people like that. You didn't say that.
No.
That would be very,
Yeah.
very popular. Still a lot of Mills and Boons goes out
Really?
in Warrenpoint. Yes.
Mills and Booms.
Mills and
Warrenpoint,
Boons and
romance is still
Cowboys.
alive
Yes.
in Warrenpoint.
Very much alive,
My
and
God.
a lot of westerns. There's still
Well,
a lot of
excitement
our
and adventure's very much alive in Warrenpoint too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we did the promotion. I know you talked to them in Newry Library about it. We did the Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry.
I
We did
actually
that.
read for
Yes.
them in Newry,
Uh-huh,
and it
that's
was
right.
a great experience for me because I found myself suddenly in conversation with people who had experience of mental difficulties,
That's right,
either
that's right.
personally or within their own family.
Yeah,
And that was a huge thing to
Yes,
be involved in. I was very privileged to be involved in
Very
that.
much
it
so,
was
yes.
lovely to be there and do it. Nice bit of
Yeah,
writing.
it is
too.
something else,
Yeah.
you know, that we are developing. We have a health and mind team, you know, so we're looking at things like I mentioned to you there, that the
health and mind team.
knit and natter groups coming in.
Knit
that
and
would
natter
be,
groups.
Yeah, the knit and natter would be a group of.
what are you doing there,
not
Sarah?
At
That's
all,
nice. It's,
not at all.
Hey, Maisie, you get that scarf done yet? That sort of stuff, no?
You want to see the work that they do?
Do they do fabulous
oh,
things? Yeah.
fabulous things.
We might see them
and
this morning.
they come in, and it is a social thing where they're sitting. Some people living on their own, possibly
Yeah.
coming in of somebody to meet. They can maybe had a love for knitting or sewing
Yeah.
or that. Nobody to sew for, nobody to knit for.
Yeah.
They can come in here and do it for charity.
I don't give them
Yeah.
any support. I see people who live on their own. I don't care about them. I live on my own. I'm okay. So I have no sympathy for them
But
at
you're
all.
out every day talking to people.
I suppose so.
Yes,
I
you're
suppose
out
then
every
I
day
come home and
meeting
just,
new
I'm
people. Yeah,
something ready to,
exactly.
to collapse, have my dinner and go to sleep. You know,
That's true.
That's it. So listen to me. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Not
for
at all.
talking
It
to
was
me
a
this
pleasure
morning.
to have you here.
And well, thank you. And know that our station is constantly there for the promotion of the things you do. The only sin is not to come to us.
It's not to come to you.
That's the
yes,
only sin
certainly.
indeed. I wish you well.
Thank you very
Rosemary
much.
Lavery. Go well. We'll play you some music, Rosemary.
Thank you very much indeed.
Music, sir, please.